Ta-da! All right, it's Patrick doing a pop-up. How about that? Oh, I haven't done these in a while. I think it's been a couple of weeks since I've done this, actually. Let's see exactly when I have done this. I do think it has been a couple of weeks. I went up for a couple of hours. I don't know who else is up. This is like pop-up, so obviously, I don't know who show up for this. Let's see. I'll tell you what I did this last. No, I can't. I don't know when I did this last. When did I go up? Okay. Oh, okay. 12 days ago. Okay. Late night question and answers with the Cheetah and me. So I went up and did this 2 weeks ago. All right. So how about that? Uh, well, we'll see if I doubt anybody will come over for this. But despite my tongue-in-cheek comment here, I am going to talk a little bit about this Scream and Halloween stuff because I have really not have seen anything about it. I mean, truly, I haven't. I'm not being facetious. I am not really because I've just been overwhelmed by it. But I thought I'd go ahead and take a look at the movie database page for both movies and see if we got any information about it. It caught my eye this week that Samara Weaving got cast in the movie, and I see a lot of the slappies are out there saying that Samara Weaving is going to be the person that's going to die first, because there's a lot of people out there. Every time Drew Barrymore died, Omar Epps died. What? Hey, Katie. Hey, Echo. So they thought that the Samara Weaving will be the person to die first. I don't think so. I think it's going to be Hayden Panettiere. I think she's going to be the one that's going to die first. I just don't see her surviving it. I think it's just too risky to bring her back. In fact, I'm a little surprised they did cast someone like a Samara Weaving into it because I think it's just a red herring. I think it's going to be Hayden Panettiere that's going to die. Not to be cruel to her or mean to her, but I think she's a little fragile. Hey, John. Oh, you were up late. Um, yeah, I'll tell you why I see her dying first, Katie. I see her character dying first. It's not her character that I'm worried about. It's the actors playing it. Um, I just, she made the cover of People magazine either last week or this week or last week, and she was talking about her struggles. She's been really struggling. Oh, you had a random live stream. I didn't see that. You did. Well, son of a bitch. Wow, I didn't see that. I was watching the Coast to Coast guys. I didn't see you come up on my bell. I'm sorry, John. If I would have known that, I would have came over. Where you got a live stream. What time is your live stream tomorrow? Because that's when the Midnight Society's at 8 o'clock. So, if are you coming on before? What? Man, it's getting busy out here. But let's take a look at Scream 6 for a second, just for the hell of it. Uh, coming out next year. Coming out next year. 10:15 Eastern time. Okay, I could definitely stop by and definitely say hi for that. I can split watching you and Gory. Okay, so here's my theory about the casting of Samara Weaving. for one thing, Samara Weaving is honestly, he's such sort of disservice to her to have her come out and be the first one killed. Mainly for the fact that all her characters that she's played in the past have been pretty badass characters, right? I mean, they're strong female characters. Just about everything she's done, Mayhem, Guns Akimbo. What else has she done? She's done some amazing movies, right? Uh, and she is the niece, I believe, to Hugo Weaving. She did Ready or Not. That was a really good movie too. Um, she's pretty wicked. Um, so she's done a lot of things. She's done the valet. That was really cute. She plays Scarlet on Snake Eyes. I mean, this does not scream an actress that you want to run out there and run out there to look at Al. Hell yeah, Al. Oh, damn. All right. Promote that in our group, John, and I'll throw out a share too. Hi V, how are you? How are you? I just wanted to talk about it just for a couple of minutes. Hey Craig. See, Scream 5 left such a sour taste. Yeah, I know a lot of people felt that way. I didn't think they were going to kill Dewey. I thought they were going to kill Gail. I wish they would have made Sydney into the Ghostface killer. That would have been badass. But they were sort of chicken shit about that. Uh, well, we're gonna be talking a little Scream at Halloween, so this is the perfect place to fall asleep at. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying Samara Weaving dying at all. I think that. I mean, you know what? I'm sure she took the money that Nev Campbell left on the table. I'm sure she took it. Nev Campbell wanted what $6 million for her to come in to do the role. I guess they gave her $5 million last time, and they offered her $6 million, and they said no. Believe me, I can think of thousands of actresses that will walk up there to take that part of Sydney Prescott and run with it. The money. Maybe Sydney Prescott's not in the movie, but I mean, I can understand Nev Campbell in a sense, but to me, I think that's something that she should have wrote in her contract before the movie, and that is, hey, I'm taking a $5 million base salary, and I get bonuses for everything that we hit. Like if we hit $25 million, I get an extra 250. If we hit an extra $10 million, or if a Scream opens up at a number one in 30 territories, I get a bonus. Anything like that, she should have did that before Scream 5. It's sort of like a baseball contract or a football contract. It's a performance. It's performance contract. It's built into your contract. I do believe that she should have did that. I also believe too she does deserve her money because Scream 5 was filmed for 25 million bucks, I think it was. It made a lot of money. It made over $100 million, and that's without China. And I think that she definitely deserves her extra $1 million. I personally think it's just a ploy. It could be as far as I mean, she's not in the movie right now, but it could be setting it up for 7. I do believe she earns her money, but think about this. Think about this for Scream 7. So you don't have maybe they do that and for Scream 7. Maybe they come back there and have her come back. Maybe just for the hell of it. Maybe Stu is in the next one, though he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be in any of them. He's dead. But let's just say for the shit and giggles, they decide to throw the kitchen sink at everybody, and they bring back Stu, and he has his way in the next movie. at the end of the movie for the mid credits, then we see Sidney Prescott coming in, and maybe she's teaming up with Samara Weaving. That would be pretty badass. I mean, you could have Kirby. You could have Kirby maybe hold the. I don't know if she could hold it. You could have the young kids hold the movie. Then they face off against Stu, and then for Screen 7, they could have Sydney come back with Samara Weaving to take on Stu. No, I don't think so either. You know what? Especially not with Sydney's not there. Uh, I'm not looking forward to it either, Nanette. Quite honestly, I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna draw all that well. Even with Nev Campbell, I don't think it's gonna do all that well because they have basically written themselves into a very small corner. They can't advance the story. They're gonna have to really. They're gonna have to break out of it. I think the story. I think Scream will survive, but it has to do it without Sydney. You can't have Sydney in there. Um, God, that would be terrible. That would be terrible. Yeah, they probably will do that. You're right. They'll probably end up doing that. I'm telling you now, if they bring back Stu Macher for the next one, they'll ruin any and all credibility in the series. It truly will destroy that series. They can't bring him back. He's dead. And it's such a crutch. It's a crutch to bring him back. It's an absolute crutch to bring him back. That means you have no creativity in your writers or your writers' room. You got to go back there and say, we got to bring back another legacy character. I mean, you already bringing back Hayden, right? And her character supposedly died, but now you're going to bring her back. So I mean, you're already pushing the boundaries of that anyway. Yeah, I do too, John. I think if they expanded it out, I don't know how they would do this. It's hard. It's hard. It's almost like no, there isn't, and that they've written themselves in the corner. And this is the part about doing slasher movies like this is that you can only go so far with the story. How far can you go with it? The killer will be the wife of the principal from part one. Yeah, the Fonz's wife. Hey, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that cow is dry. Halloween ends has a lot more. It has a lot more wiggle room. I'm more optimistic for Halloween ends than I am for Scream 6. That is for sure. No, Stu is dead, Katie. Stu is dead. He died. He died. He died. He had a live TV fall on his head, and he was electrocuted. They can't bring him back. Yeah, he's dead. It will ruin the series if they bring him back. It will ruin it. It's absolutely, as much as I hate to say that because I know Steven really likes Stu, uh, but no. Oh, they can bring him back. I mean, they could bring him back for sure. Sure, they could. But the minute he comes on screen, you're just going to start. The older people like myself who watched the movie, we're going to be laughing our asses off. It's going to become it truly will become just a straight comedy. Stu has a twin brother named David. They even tested in Screen 5. Oh, Jesus. Did they really do that, Hobbs? Did they really tease that he had a brother? Oh my God. A twin brother, right? So that's their excuse to getting Matthew Lillard on there. Wow. What a car crash. What a wow, that's a car crash, Hobbs. That's an absolutely yeah, that series is dead. You might also just put a stake in it. But I mean, Jesus. But at least Stu's dead. I mean, I'll give him that. But yeah, Echo's right. Shit. I guess Scream's not in Woodboro anymore. It's set in Salem, like in Days of Our Lives shit. Oh my god, this is awesome. That is no, I did not. I was not aware of that. That they teased a Stu's twin on there. Oh, oh shit. All right. Well, that's awesome. Um, but but I still think they're still going to build around the main character. Samara Weaving will be the main character. She'll be the main heroine if she comes in. I don't see her dying in the first scene. I do think they'll kill off Hayden. Hey Tim, how are you, sir? Glad you guys are here. Holy crap! I got 10 people in here. What the hell's going on? Wow, this is awesome. All right. Um, yeah. So what do you guys think? I mean, if they bring back Matthew Lillard, Stu's twin, I mean, seriously, are you buying that shit? Are you really buying that? Okay. So he has a sister, and there was and there was a separate room there for a third kid, and there were pictures. People are just assuming, but we don't know. Just the chatter. Oh my god. I don't. You know what? I like Matthew Lillard. Don't get me wrong. I like him a lot. I do. I just don't like him in this movie. I just don't want to see him in there. His character it served his purpose. He died a noble death, a funny death. Let that be the end of it. Thanks so much for coming out, John. I appreciate it. Wow. I know. I just no. I just don't see it happening. That's really poor writing. Um, you definitely feel that you get this. Do you not get the sense that the writers and directors of Screen Five are really the pressure on them must be insanely intense, right? Um, Gary Busick and James Vanderbilt. I think they're called by some cute writer's name. That's something that Hollywood does now, right? They put together some cute name for a group, let's see. Yeah, he got redeemed, right, Craig? He came back as redemption. He became that, grew his hair, saved the Great Dane, uh, smoked strong ganji, and solved crimes. Man, I wonder. You know what? I wonder what would happen to the Mystery Inc. right now. I mean, how many cases would they actually be able to take right now with the gas prices being what they are? Would it be just like, could you imagine if they try to do a Scooby Doo show in today's world? It'd be like, we can solve crimes, but it's got to be within like a 20-minute radius, a 20-mile radius. We have a haunted house. We have a haunted ghost in our house. Where are you at? We're in Delaware. Good luck. Right. And to think about it too, see, you got to think about this, Al. If they got inside if they got inside the mystery machine, with extra snacks and extra weight because they've been eating a lot more and not getting as much exercise being chased by ghosts, I think that would add more weight to the van and that would increase their gas consumption, which means they would need more gas more often. All right, so two writers. I don't know about too much about the writers. Gary Busick and James Vanderbilt. I'm not sure if let's see what they've done. Let's see if they've done anything worthwhile because they're truly going to be writing for. We know he's a producer. I don't want to see your producing. I want to see what you wrote. Murder Mystery 2 post productions. Truth, Independence Day Resurgence. Really? Okay. Well, Spider-Man 2. Really? Amazing. Oh Lord. Okay, he wrote The Rundown. That was a good movie. Zodiac. That was a good movie. Basic. Wow. So this guy here, he's actually started out really strong. Darkness Falls was great. Basic was awesome. The Rundown was awesome. Zodiac, The Losers. But then he went off the rail with Amazing Spider-Man. Murder Mystery. I don't even sure who was in Murder Mystery. All right. So what's his partner? Is that his writing partner, the other guy? Oh my gosh. Are they making? So they're redoing the Nutty Professor? Um, yeah. I'm thinking about. I'm looking at the writer for Scream. The writers for Scream 6. I guess they wrote Scream 5, and now they're coming back for 6. The first writer I looked at, he has a really strong start in his writing career, but he hasn't been writing franchises. Writing for a franchise is a lot different from writing just a standalone. So he wrote the first two movies for the Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. Both those were garbage. Though both those were not very good. Uh, let's see. He wrote for Screen 5, or he wrote for where's the writer? Yeah, so he wrote the last Scream with his partner. That must be Gary Busick, right? Let's see. James Vanderbilt, Gary Busick, and Kevin Williamson. That's the character it's based on. So I guess those two guys are writing partners. Oh, this guy didn't have. He has even less. Okay. Okay, and according to this, there's also a Final Destination 6 happening. Is that who that is supposed to be? James Vanderbilt? Is that what he's hiding under? Is he's hiding underneath that name? No, we can't do that. No, I don't think he could do that, Nanette. I think he'd have to show his name. It's a guy named James Vanderbilt. But let me double check, because you could be right. Could be. No, it's a totally different guy. Totally different dude. James Vanderbeek is a writer, but he's an actor, but he's not. I don't think he's a screenwriter. I just think they're going to have a really hard time carrying the franchise forward with Scream. I think that they're trapped. They basically are trapped. Let's see. Oh, Hobbs is telling the Gary Busey story. Hell yeah, Hobbs, tell that story. So let's go over to Halloween Ends, because I'm a little bit more optimistic for that movie. Uh, Thanks to our interview with Sandra Johnson, I think she put a lot of perspective into it, a lot of interesting insight. So Chris Bernier is writing this. David Gordon Green's directing it. Um, Let me see what he's actually done. I know the name, but I want to know what he's done more. Uh, Stu will be played by Ryan Stiles from Who's the Line? Whose line is it anyway? Tommy Jarvis will whip Ghostface's ass. Yeah. Halloween killed 80% of it. Yeah. I'm only digging this if they actually do bring in the Shamrock. I think they are. I think they're going to bring that into it. Okay. Uh, wow. Wow, this guy has not written that much. He wrote Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. No, I don't know. Let's take a look at the cast. Well, obviously Jamie Lee Curtis is there and whatnot, but let's just take a look at this. Uh, well, I guess some of the legacy characters are still in it. Nick Castle's still in it. James Jude Courtney still in it. Let's see. Man, they went nobody. They went for a no-name cast, didn't they? Um, wow. How important is it? How important is the cast to you guys? How important is it if they have a strong cast? I mean, I think that shit. Let's see who made more money too. That's another thing too. Who made the most money? I do believe Halloween made the more money. I know that Terrifier 2 did not open last October. Everybody wanted to stay away from October for Halloween. Nobody wanted to be in the same zip code. Okay, Halloween Kills was made on $20 million and returned 132. That's not bad. That's not bad. I know Screen 5 had the let's see. Okay, so they made relatively same amount of money considering. They made Screen 5 for $24 million and they returned 140. Um, hey John, how are you, sir? Glad you're here. Yeah, you know what? They had that contract, Craig. That's the thing. That's one of the reasons why. That's another reason why Halloween Ends won't end. I'm not. I mean, they can't kill Michael Myers. This literally built into the contract. So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do about that. I do think they can make it so they can have best of both worlds. They can make Michael Myers still live, and because he's being controlled by the Shamrock Corporation, and they also could have him. They could also have Laurie Strode survive by having her go inside and breaking him from his spell. And but when they does that, it causes his memory to be wiped out when he gets dispelled, and so he gets his memory wiped out, and they both can walk away, and they both can have their own, do their own thing. I don't necessarily think anybody needs to die. Like Laurie Strode does not need to die. That would really just completely sour everybody on the franchise. Nobody wants to see Laurie Strode die. Nobody. There's no Halloween fan that wants her to die. Yeah, I saw that. That's the only thing for me with Halloween. It just cannot kill Laurie Strode. It's just not right. It would not be right. I do think by incorporating, I think Halloween definitely is mythology can be written upon a lot more than screams. But of course, that's because it's supernatural. It's just like Jason from Friday the 13th. You could keep writing Jason movies. You could keep writing Friday the Third, Nightmare on Elm Street movies because their killers are supernatural. They can go on and on and on. Ghostface is human. He's not. He's not supernatural. But you run the risk of writing. That's my third cousin. He's now the Ghostface. Can you call you? Can you? Is there anybody you can call, John? Can you call a helpline? Is there a helpline you could call? Yeah, it's just rough. Uh, so that's the biggest difference between Halloween Ends and Scream for me, as far as I'm concerned. That's why Halloween Ends has a much brighter future, because they could go more places with everybody in the cast. I mean, seriously, as long as Michael Myers is in the movie, like Nanette said, as long as Michael Myers is in it, it doesn't matter who the girl is or who the victim is in front of him. As long as he's in the movie, you can go someplace with that. Scream, on the other hand, they're totally 100% dependent on legacy characters to continue the movie. That they don't feel confident that in their cast, that the young cast that was there that carried the movie forward. They got rid of David Arquette, and they made. I mean, they made the try for it. They tried. They tried. They made Sydney and Gail into almost side characters. Um, they made them all into like supporting characters, not main leads, and that was a good thing to do because you want to post the focus on the new core group to carry it forward. Um, but at the same time, the legacy characters, especially after the blowback that they had when they killed Dewey, the blowback to that was not good. Everybody was really unhappy about that. And when Courtney Cox went on record as that was poor, that was not what they should have done. Um, yeah, we're just gonna talk. We're just chopping it up about the next two movies. Um, some of them, I mean, there's some big weaknesses, right? There's big weaknesses in Scream 6. Um, you just got the impression. You just got the impression they're clutching at straws. Like they got hands full of mud. They're throwing it against the wall, and whatever sticks, that's what they're going to go with. Billy Loomis is dead. I like Billy, but Billy Loomis died. He got two bullets in the head. I mean, thank God they're not going to have him come back. Hey, Fluff, how's the Wit Sundays today? Um, let's see. Let's see. Oh, we're just talking about the. I got Screen 5. I got it. I'm gonna get the first one and the fourth one, Ben, and then I might go ahead and talk about it in depth. It's surprising. It's surprising. I have not found 1 and 4 yet at the library. I got 2, 3, and 5, but I can't find 1 and 4. And it used to be I would find one all the damn time. I could go to any thrift store and get Scream right there. Are you still sick? Oh my gosh, that's been weeks now, Kelly. You've been sick for weeks now. Oh boy. Wow. That sucks. Wow, I think that's been what you've almost been sick a month, I think, right? So what do you guys think? I mean, which franchise has the better road? Oh, okay. Oh, you just caught COVID, but you've been sick before that. You were sick before that. Wow. Yeah, our cases are starting to surge up over here. Not necessarily people being hospitalized, but more and more people are getting sick. So I suspect that pretty soon we'll be wearing masks in stores again. Yep. Wow. That's right. You had the flu. Yep. And then wow. Yeah, I have to agree with you, Nanette. I have to agree with you. Now that the fact that they've established for sure that Michael Myers is not he's not human, that he's supernatural. Once they establish that, it I mean it's the same. If they I mean they could have the same problem as they did with Freddy and the Freddy and Jason. I think what they did to Michael Myers, which really hurts him a lot, though, is the fact that they made him supernatural, so they're not able to kill him. And honestly, it really becomes rather boring. Um, yeah, I'm sorry, John. That really, really sucks. Well, if you need to go to the ER, though, if they get really overwhelming, you got to go. There's nothing wrong with going to the ER. Um, So that's how I feel. That's how I look at it. Is like I do think Halloween is the stronger of the franchises. In the fact they could, if they acknowledge the fact that he's being controlled by the Silver Shamrock. Now going forward with that, going forward with it, um, I don't know. I mean, they could end it now. They could end it now. I mean, they really could end this story with Laurie Strode. I mean, Halloween ends could be Halloween ends with the Laurie Strode. They can come back in 2 or 3 years and reboot the series. Um, as far as that goes, they can make enough changes to the character that they don't have to abide by the rules of. I mean, they can make the character, but they don't have to use the name Michael Myers. Um, I mean, there's ways for them to get out of the contract as far as that goes. I mean, I do believe that John Carpenter still owns the title name. He still controls that Halloween. So, uh, it's sort of like Friday the 13th, where Sean Cunningham he owns Jason. He owns Jason, or and Victor Miller. Well, Victor Miller owns Jason, and then Sean Cunningham owns how they release it. Um, he owns he owns the character from the first movie, and Sean Cunningham afterwards. Um, yeah, that really sucks. COVID sucks. I'm a little surprised to see the cast of Halloween though. I know they had some stunt casting. That's really what it is right now. The look and everybody staring everybody's trying to get leaks from the set. The leaks has got to be insane. The leaks have got to be insane. People leaking pictures out, people leaking scripts out. It's got to be really frustrating to the studios. I've always felt really bad for the studios who are trying to make a movie. They're spending millions of dollars to do it, and then people are leaking pictures out. They're leaking cast lists out, location shots, and all that other stuff. And it's just like it really, really sucks for that. And I really resent the people that do that. You know, they claim they're fans, but you know they're not fans, because if you were a fan, you wouldn't do that. Um, if you know, I don't, just because you know something or you're working on a set or whatever, I wouldn't. I wish they just wouldn't leak anything to anybody. You know, like, oh yeah, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be filming in this city. We're adding this cast member. Or, you know, I just wish the leaks would just stop, because it just ruins and completely ruins the suspense. By the time you get to the show, you know everything there is to know about it, and it really sucks. I want to be surprised. Um, which is why I don't watch trailers. I don't watch trailers, and I don't have reactions to it or anything else like that. I want to be surprised, which I'm going to be surprised, I'm sure, when I finally watch Scream 5, because I've avoided the whole thing. I've avoided watching people's reviews. I've only seen one trailer for the movie, and that was before the movie came out. Um, so you know, I don't really go to streams or discussions about the two movies, because I want to be pleasantly surprised when I see it. Um, hopefully, hopefully those will really. Well, hopefully, I'll be able to find some some copies of that of Halloween Kills. Uh, Hopefully, the library will drop it in there, and uh, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Nanette. I'm with you too, Fluff. Yeah, I mean, it's just no fun for it. I mean, I mean, I don't want to know that. I like being surprised. I do. I like being surprised. It's a lot of fun. Um, you know, and you know, and I don't necessarily need to know everything about the movie. You know, if you don't really watch, or if you don't really watch it, or you know, like someone has a bowel movement, and you want to know which hand they use to wipe their butt. I mean, you know, I guess, you know, some people want to know that. I don't, and I don't want stunt casting. Not like that. I just I want, I just, you know, for something like Scream 6, I want to be based in reality. That's what made Friday the 13th so well. So it worked so well for the first five movies. The first five movies worked so well. It's because they were based in reality. But that's just me. Um, the next Ghostface. I mean, you know, if you think about it, who's going to be the next Ghostface? And, you know, the only question you have to know is, like, who they related to. You know, as soon as they mention somebody new that's related to somebody that's from the past movie, they're going to be first and foremost going to be the, you know, the next killer. Stu having a twin. Jesus Christ, that's just terrible. That's just terrible. I just can't even think about that. That's just crazy. And I see they mentioned here that they're doing a Final Destination 6. That's interesting. I It's the first I've heard of that. Now, I guess that's probably going to be a reboot, right? The Nutty Professor is in pre-production. Wow, I would have never thought that. Let's see who the other guy is. I'm gonna go with the other guy, because he's well, the only reason I mentioned my Final Destination 6, well, that goes to the next topic. So, back to the Emporium. Let's see. The only thing I know about Jurassic World is that who'd be in the movie. I was happy when I was surprised. Yeah. Have good night, Katie. Thanks for coming by. Uh Now, yeah. Well, it seems like it says final. Ooh, gosh. It says Final Destination 6. So it looks like the continuity's there. Unless they're going to do what they did for Scream and try to do a requel. try to reboot it while hiding underneath a sequel banner. Um, I'd rather see them just continue. I tell you what would be cool. I tell you what would be cool. You know what I like to see? If you're gonna do Final Destination 6, right? Okay, obviously Tony Todd's probably a little too old to do Death, but I know who I like to see do Death because I think he'd do really, really well. I think he would really surprise a lot of people, a lot of people. But what if Michael Keegan Key came in there and did Death? What if he was Death in Final Destination 6? From Key and Peele? What if he? What if? Oh God, my head. Nobody wants to see me do that. So, all right. So let's play a little casting game for Final Destination 6. Um, if they were going to bring back any legacy characters for that, if they were going to bring back any legacy characters for 6, I would think the only one I would like to be Sheriff Nanette will be here. The only character I would like to see come back for Final Destination at all would be Death, and I think Michael Keegan Key would be excellent as Death. I think it'd be an interesting twist um, because he can go dark if need be. That would be interesting. I'm going to see if they have any early casting, so to speak. They probably do not. Probably don't have any casting on that. Ooh, sure is popular though. All right. Wow. All right. It says here the early synopsis is as a group of first responders escape death's grasp, they start to be killed by increasingly unlikely and killer mishaps. Yeah, that would be interesting. That's interesting. Um, that would be interesting. That's a good premise. I like that. Um, and it's saying that it is expected to be a requel, so they're going to try to reboot it, or a reboot or a soft reboot of the franchise. Well, I tell you right now, the first thing they could do is they could put back Death as the main character, as one of the main characters. They got to have that because that was the part that made the first two movies really pop, made it really exciting. But they don't have any casting yet, no casting information yet, which that means they're probably still working on the script. They haven't decided to cast yet, so they'll probably do the same thing they did with Scream, or there'll probably be a cast of relatively unknowns. That's something that the Final Destinations were pretty good at. They were pretty good at taking, they were pretty good at using getting young talented cast on there, uh, at least for the first three. I mean, number three had the best cast by far. Holy shit, that cast was loaded, talented, loaded as hell. Uh, uh, yes, number two still had the best foreboding, but three had the best cast, and strongest cast. The first one, just for the fact that it was the first one, and you got to know the premise. Tony Todd stole every scene he was in. I like the first three of the Final Destinations. Uh, Though I do think that the forebodings for the 5 and 6 were pretty good. Um, well, especially number 5, the bridge. Yeah, that's some shit right there. Because I don't like bridges. I don't like bridges at all. So that one would spook the shit out of me. The NASCAR one was not really all that exciting. It was really not that exciting. But but the last one with the bridge, hell no. Hell no. That was spooky. I have to admit that. Um, so I would. That's probably the only main character I would cast right now is Keegan Michael Key. That was the only one for sure. Um, but as far as that goes, I don't know. I don't know where they get the. I don't know where they get the cast. First responders. So that would be interesting. First responders to what? Like a airplane crash, a building falling, wildland fire. Would it be all cops during like a hostage situation? There's a lot of places you could go with a Final Destination movie. There's a lot of places you could go. I mean, that's one good thing about that franchise was there was endless what could happen. Uh, you know, avalanche, flood, earthquake, tidal wave. Um, uh, uh, so many things you could take, 6 or 7 people in there and put them in there and have them escape death. And they're all standalone. That's one thing I know that they try to wrap up the series with the fifth one by bringing you back to the first one. And I gotta admit that was actually pretty damn clever. I don't, most people that saw 5 didn't really particularly like it that much, but you got to admit that the fact that they even try to do something like that was actually pretty courageous. I mean, they pretty much could have ended the series right there, and then that provides them with a reboot. They could do that, and that actually is a series that can do a reboot. You can, because Death has always been around. It doesn't. He's always been around. So it doesn't mean you don't have to restart the series in order to restart the series. Whereas something like Halloween or Scream, you have to do that, right? Because they're going to get rid of Michael Myers, and this one they're going to have to redo the entire series. They're going to have to go back and redo it. They're not going to be able to pick it up from. I mean, look how many times they've look at how many movies they've already had to skip over. They had to skip over all these other movies. Well, these ones don't count. Well, who says they don't count? The studio? I mean, fans don't operate that way. If you tell them, well, none of this happened, the third, the fourth, the fifth movie didn't happen. Well, that's not the case for the fans. The fans will sit there and say, I like number 4. That's my favorite one. Of course it happened. It's not my fault that you can't come creative enough to connect the movies together. That's not on me. That's on you. You're the ones trying to bring us the story. So it's your job as screenwriters to connect the stories, connect the dots. The old Hollywood trick of just like, okay, nothing happened, so we're gonna restart it. Like everything that happened beforehand is all gone. It doesn't matter. It doesn't count. It doesn't matter. Uh, well, that's not true. That's not how fandom is born. That's not how movies are sustained. Let's see. I wish they would. I'm gonna see if they have any information here on Wikipedia about Final Destination 6. That would be interesting. I know David Ellis was the director of that and that series, and he did such a great job. Um, he did such a good job with that franchise. Um, I really enjoyed it. Um, he did a really fantastic job of it. Let's see. Yeah, I me too, John. I really like it. I really like that series. I think it has a lot of fun, has a lot of promise to it. You can go so many places with it. It's one of those series that as long as you keep the first act, the disaster going, as long as you keep that going, you're always going to have a franchise. You're always going to be able to go someplace with that. It's when you don't, when you get locked into, when you get locked into some places you can't go. I mean, you can't write your way out of it, and that's really the big problem with a lot of franchises is that they write themselves into corners. They can't get out of it. Um, a lot of people really dislike some of the Friday the 13th movies, but it's like, let me, same people are sit there and say, well, I didn't like Jason Takes Manhattan. I didn't like Jason the Final Friday. I didn't like Jason X. It's like, okay, what would you have done different with the character? What would you have done different uh, to make the movie work? I mean, they were trying. Paramount was trying and New Line was trying for years to get a crossover. It was not easy. It wouldn't be easy now. It wouldn't be easy now. Everybody would love to see a a Halloween and Jason crossover. I personally don't know if we'll ever get another Jason movie. I really do. I'm pessimistic. Um, it's because it's been shown that Victor Miller does not want the money. He does not care about the money, and unless he leaves in his will, or he leaves to tells his family or whatever that it's okay, that they can sell it, they can help make a Jason movie. I don't think we'll see a Jason Voorhees movie being remade while Victor Miller's alive. Uh, I just don't. Yeah, the Final Destination movies are all standalones. They really could. They're all standalones, and the only connection that they needed to have, which they did the first two movies, was death. Tony Todd, and that really made the series sparkle. I mean, it really did. It really made it sparkle, and I think that's really critical. If they did a focus group and they said, "Well, what do you think fans want in a Final Destination movie?" I can rest assured, I could tell you, every single one of us is going to sit there and say, "You got to have someone playing Death's messenger, Death," so they can explain what happens. But I will also say this too. I do think that it's okay for a final person in Final Destination. I do think you should be allowed to have a way to defeat death. Um, maybe not everybody in every film, but some and some. Yeah, I would like to meet Tony Todd too. I definitely would. He is definitely a horror icon. He should have been just massive. He should have been massive. He should have been his star should have been massive. Someone should have used him a lot better than what he was used. He has such a distinctive voice. Um, he's got such a presence on him. Now I've seen someone actually used him before. I did see Tony Todd. He did was something Travel to Hell or something like that. It was a Western movie, supernatural Western movie, and he was the lead actor in it. And I felt super bad because the movie was not good at all. I mean, he was the lead actor in it, which I was really happy about, and that's the reason why I bought it. It was because he was the lead actor. He was going to be in the movie. He was going to be the star of the movie, and I bought that. I bought the movie to support that, but the movie itself was just so terrible. I mean, it was so underneath his talent. It was ridiculous. Um, you have never seen any of the Final Destination movies, Nanette? Oh my gosh, the Final Destination films are amazing. The first three are classic, absolute classics. Uh, I think four is a little weak. That's the NASCAR one, and the fifth one is better as far as the storytelling goes. Wow, yeah. Oh, those movies are awesome. Yeah, Final Destinations are awesome. You know, you're probably right about that, John. Honestly, probably has. I mean, it probably is. Well, that and the fact that people, you know, they don't use horror actors. You know, he got typecast as a horror actor. So, you know, every movie he does, he's a horror actor. You know, he's not. You know, he's not. Yeah, if they're on pair, oh my gosh, yes. Um, if you watch the third one, if you watch the third one, then that one of the girls that's in that movie is going to be my guest on Eight Questions with on the 28th. Um, yeah, the third one is my favorite one. The third one's my favorite one, though the second one definitely has the best opening. The second one has the best opening, but I think top to bottom, the third one is my favorite for sure. Tony Todd is in the first two movies. See the car. See, yes, that's the third one, John. Hey, Max, how are you, sir? Welcome, welcome. Yes, John, the carnival. That was the that was the third one. Yeah, tight. Yes, I love that show too, Nanette. Chuck was amazing. Of course, who doesn't love Yvonne Stravinsky, right? Uh, Max is going to be doing a collaboration with our good friend I Am the Ice Lord, also known as Wes. They are going to be covering a Serbian film, which is not for the lighthearted. Unless you are a hardcore horror fan, and I do mean a hardcore horror fan, uh, 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 Serbian film is one of those movies that you have to see at least once, right? You have to see it once in your as if you're a horror fan, you could have to see it once. I don't necessarily think you need to see it more than once, but at least see it once. Um, yeah, I love her. I love Yvonne Stravinsky. I'm a big fan of hers. Uh, yeah, that's okay. That's awesome, John. Me too. Um, it has Mary Elizabeth Winstead in it in the third one. I love Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She's amazing. She's one of my very favorite actresses. Such a strong cast in the third one too. The third Final Destination. Whew. Um, we're talking about casting, Max. If you were going to recast, because I guess Final Destination 6 is coming out, who would? Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your support, sir. Definitely support. Definitely appreciate it. Uh, David Ellis, who directed, I think he directed most of the Final Destination movies, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, I think he, see, no, James Wong did the first one. So he must have did after that, right? Let's see. So he directed the first one. Let me see who did the second one. Wow, made a lot of money, didn't it? All right, who did Final Destination 2? I want to see who did the first list of films. Yeah, I want to see who did the first one. Final Destination. Man, it's made a lot of money. Yeah, so James Wong directed the first one and the third one. David Ellis did the second one and the first one. Did the fifth one, yeah. And Stephen Quayle did the last one. Was that the fourth one? Trying to figure out who's writing it. There's actually more writers and directors in there. Sure, Max. Who did David Ellis did the Final Destination? Was that the fourth one? I thought he did more. I thought he did like I know they brought him. They kept on bringing him back. But James Wong he directed the first one and the third. David Ellis did the second one. That's got to be the fourth one. And then Stephen Quayle did the fifth one. The race car one, I believe, was the fourth one, right? And then the bridge was the fifth one. I thought the race car one had the weakest opening, though. I mean, that scenario was the weakest for me. But I thought the bridge was very effective. Like the carnival was really effective. Of course, the second one was the best. You can't deny that. The second one, that was the best opening one. Holy crap! The second one was just amazing. People still, you know what? They're still affected by that even today. When they see a truck driving with logs, they get the hell out of the way. They're like, nope, not behind that. I'm like that with tanker trucks. If I'm driving next to a tanker truck and it's a gasoline tanker, I either go forward or I go back. I don't go to the side. It's like either one. They can go ahead of me, or I'm gonna pass them, but I'm never gonna ride alongside of them. No, thank you. That and cement mixers. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I, and the thing is, though, all were very the car one that was probably the weakest one though. I just didn't really buy that. I didn't really buy the fourth one, the car opening. But the first one with the airplane, the second one with the traffic accident, the third one with the car, yeah, I'm there. The bridge, hell yeah. That bridge scene, I don't like driving over bridges, so seeing that got me the heebie-jeebies. Like I got the heebie-jeebies watching that. And the carnival, you always think about that too. Now, every time you see a ride, Hi, Andre. How are you, Andre? Do they have theme parks in New Zealand? theme parks where you go on rides, roller coasters. Do you have anything like that in New Zealand? Fluff, if you're still here, that do they have theme parks in Australia? Yeah, exactly, Max. Exactly. A lot of people like going to Disneyland too. They like riding the roller coasters. Yeah. um, I know the fifth one they try to connect it to the first one, which I thought was actually pretty clever. I thought that was pretty smooth. I like that. See, because that I mean, they're thinking of telling a story, but that's the thing of Final Destination is it's endless. You could do this. You could have like you could do 30 different stories and not lose a heartbeat, not lose any traction. Yeah, I didn't like the race car one. Yes. Oh, they're all. I mean, yes. The first, the second, and the third one were definitely dark. I mean, but the third one I have to give credit for. The third one it had a firm tongue in cheek. I mean, there was some really there was some subtle humor there. I mean, if you really listen to it, it was clever. Um, but yeah, it was dark. Which franchise? Which movie do you think had the best kills? I mean, after the opening scenarios, I thought the third one had the best kills. The third to me, I think the third one had the best singular kill was also in the third one. Though I think Claire Rivers dying in the second one was pretty good too. Yeah, that plate glass. Yes. Yeah, that was a weird kill, wasn't it? The second one had some really good kills in it though too. I mean, there was some. I mean, they had the guy with the wire with the fence. That was straight from. I wonder who got that from where. Did they get that from Resident Evil, or did Resident Evil get that from that scene? Because it was one and the same. Man, they do. Or I'm sitting here thinking about it with you, man, and I'm telling you, the Final Destination kills, man, they were equal with Saw. That those kills that they did were equal with the Saw franchise. They're definitely equal. They had some ferocious kills. Thank you, sir. Thanks for coming out, Max. I appreciate it. Man, now, man, Sheesh, we got to go. Me and Al, we might have to go into a deep dive on this. Yeah, yeah. Doing a show. Yeah, you and Wes, are you guys going to team up to do that? Because I would definitely come out and watch that. I would definitely come out to do that. But I might want to do the Final Destination. I've been sort of itching at that. And considering I got one of the stars from the franchise coming out, I definitely want to do it. Oh, uh, well, it says I got five watching. I'll stay up till we'll stay here till 3 o'clock. Um, yeah, we'll stay here till 3 o'clock. So tomorrow night, me and Al, well, last night I should say, me and Al would ooh. You know what? I'm gonna go with you, John. I'm gonna say yes to that. I'm gonna say yes to that. Definitely. I thought the first two Saw movies were fantastic. Fantastic. The third one bummed me out. I mean, I still think it was good. It just bummed me out that they killed Dina Meyer's character. I was like, oh, because I thought she would just survive the series, like be the cop on the case. But then they killed her character, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm sort of done with this. Um, yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Um, the first two Saws were really good. I did like Spiral. I thought Spiral was very good. Um, I thought it was very worthy of the Saw name. So I really like Spiral. As far as the rest of the Saw movies go, I was sort of like, yeah, they got too much wrapped into the traps. Yeah, the third one really bummed me out, Andre, because they killed Dina Meyer's character, Detective Carey, and I don't know why, but that's just like, that just sort of lost me. Um, but uh, but the first two movies, oh, they're sensational, absolutely awesome. The second one was just the mystery was. I mean, everybody's talking about the traps, but that movie, that story, the suspense they had, it's absolutely fantastic. And the end of that movie, it's amazing. In fact, I think what they made a mistake. I think they should have somehow gotten John Kramer to where he had been faking his cancer, or he had he had a remission. I think when they killed his character off, then when his character died, I think it really put Saul in a really bad spot. It's like he's the real reason why we're there. We want to see the justification for the traps. Not just because he's we're all disciples of John Kramer. That's just weak. I never liked that. When Shawnee Smith came in there and she played the disciple, I didn't really like that at all. I just thought it was weak. Uh, when Carrie Elway's character came back and he turned out that he was part of the conspiracy too. The guy cut off his damn foot. He cut off his own. You're trying to tell me he cut off his own damn foot and nearly bled to death for John Kramer? No one's buying that. Final Destination has one dud, but Saw has three more. Yeah, yeah. The middle. You're right. You're right. I mean, yeah. Overall, Final Destination has a really good success. 4 out of 5 are really good movies. One's okay. I mean, I wouldn't say the last one was bad. It just didn't have the pop as the other four. Um, but yeah, Saul just fell into the disciples of Kramer, and it's just like, yeah, I'm not really buying that. I just it just it left me cold. Um, and the thing is, though, it's like once people don't even care about the story, they're always harping about what the traps are going to be like. Um, that's another good thing where Final Destination really shined at is there was a real point to the story here. It's like, hey, how are we going to get our asses out of this? And I think that's why Death's design, or Death has to come back for the next Final Destination. I don't necessarily think that every Final Destination needs to kill everybody off. I don't think so. I think it's more interesting in a sense to let that last person go. The last person who manages to survive should be allowed to go. It's more exciting that way. I mean, when we all saw Clear Rivers in the second one, that was cool, because she put herself in the hospital to keep herself safe. I'm living in a rubber room. No one's gonna be able to touch me in here. I thought that was really inventive. Oh, yeah, uh, highlighting a franchise and yeah, that would be cool. That would be an idea. Um, find a franchise series and battle for it. I would do that. That would be fun. I think every movie would at least you should at least have 3 movies in your franchise. So at least it need three. You need at least 3. Hell, you could even have that. You could even have a battle royale series, a series within a series. You could do battle royale. You could do Lord of the Flies. You could do Yellow Jacket. You could do the Hunger Games. That would be a good one right there. Hmm. No, either that, or when John Kramer died. No, no problem to that. You're fine. Yeah, I do think they should have had John Kramer. They should have had John Kramer when he died. That's when the series ended. Unfortunately. I mean, I don't even know anybody who talks about any. I never hear anybody talk about the middle Saw movies at all. But we've talked about that too, about certain franchises. Unless they're back in the until they're back in the spotlight, sometimes they get threatened to fade away. Though I don't think that's the case with Saw, because we have Spiral out. And like I said, I thought Spiral was fine. I definitely like Spiral. I thought it was a really well done, and Chris Rock. I thought it was great that he came out there and put his money behind it. He played it straight. I thought it was well casted. I liked the cast in the whole movie. Um, I thought it was really well done. The last trap and the last trap they had in Spiral, the jet engines with the glass, absolutely insane. I that trap was awesome. Holy crow! Now I actually have the collector series. I have both movies. There's only two of them in there. I have them both. So I have to go back and watch that. I didn't really realize it until like I'm taking off August, and one of the things I'm doing in August, I'm revamping my movies, so like I can put in, so I can actually find my movies, so I can actually do a franchise like that. All my movies are all scattered, so I'm gonna have to put them all. I'm gonna have to put them all in a and so I can see what I have, because I do have a lot of the Saw movies. I don't have them all, but I think there's been 8 movies, or maybe 9 with Spyro. I think I have like either 5 or 6 of the 9. And Final Destination, I think I have 4 of the 5. I know I have for sure. I had the first 3. Um, Before I think about letting everybody go, I just wanted to let you guys know that tomorrow night for the Midnight Society at 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock we'll be having guests on tomorrow. We will be having Miss Boomstick and Steven from the House of Horrors. They have started off with their Polonia Week movies, and uh, thanks, Bones. I thought you might like that. So what we did, though, we actually talked about it. That's the funny thing. We actually did talk about it. Um, so tomorrow night we're going to be talking. We're going to be talking with Miss Boom and Steven from the House of Horrors. And then we have special guests. We have Al Lucard's aunt will come up, and she's going to be talking with us. We're going to be watching and talking about Return to Splatter Farm. Uh, Return to Splatter Farm was actually the very first movie that the Polonia brothers did in their career. That's the very first movie they did, was Splatter Farm. And so we're going to be talking about the Return to Splatter Farm, which actually takes place 33 years after the first movie. Yes, yes, exactly, John. Yeah, that's it. That's all people talked about, was just the kills. They weren't talking about any of the characters. No one cared about the characters. Yeah, that's the reason why. I think that's the reason why this. I think that's the reason why. I do believe that's the reason why the series started stumbling. It started making less and less money. People weren't really going there for the story; they're just going there for the traps. So, fans of horror, they quit going to the show. They quit watching it because there weren't any stories. Um, yeah, we talked about the stew train. Hobbs said that in Scream 5 they inferred that Stu has a twin. Okay, okay, even if you do that, such a far-fetched thing, right? Even if you do have a far-fetched thing, why the hell would that twin come back and do shit now? Yeah, it derailed. It derailed. Yeah, there can't be any Stu. Stu's dead. But they had it. But he's coming back as a twin, right? I guess Samara Weaving got cast as in Scream 6 too, and all the slappies are saying that she'll be the first kill because she'll be doing the role like Drew Barrymore. I don't think so. I think Hayden's going to be the first kill. I think she'll. I think she. I think she'll. She's going to come back to town, and they're going to kill her. Can't get any stupider. Shit, Bones. Oh shit. Oh my god, that's awesome. Um exactly. Yeah. See, that's yeah, you're right. There was no one to root for. The character, you didn't care about the characters, and yeah, you didn't. Yeah, we're talking about the Saw series now, Bones. The Midnight Hour will be talking about Nightmare on Elm Street 2 next Thursday. I do believe that will be on Katie's channel next Thursday night. Um, a new Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. That will be held next Thursday on Katie's channel, Poppy the Popcorn. I got to go back and watch you guys just covering the first movie, Bones. I'm going to do that tonight. I don't know. Nightmare on Elm Street 2, that was a hard movie. There was no Freddy in that one. Oh, Bones didn't say much. Well, I saw them movies. So Midnight Hour on Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge on Popping the Popcorn. Of course, we'll be here tomorrow night, like I said, with the cover talk about Return to Splatter Farm. We'll be hanging out with Stephen from House of Horrors and Miss Boomstick. That'll be fun. That will be fun. Now John's got me all fired up. I might have to talk to Al. We might have to do that. We might have to go. We might have to go into the solve into the Final Destination. Dream Warriors is my favorite Elm Street. Yep. House of Horrors. I didn't write that. I didn't write that. Oh my god. Yeah. In case you guys missed it, so they're talking about their favorite 80s and 90s horror, and me and the Cheetah, we threw our list into the mix. See if I can find it here. We did do a list, so we put down for our no Hobbs. This is not Augie. So for my 80s, I put five. I got to pick five films from the 80s. So I picked The Changeling with George C. Scott from 1980. I picked The Gates of Hell from 1980 with Fuji. And I picked Dark Knight of the Scarecrow, 1981. because it has a Scarecrow in it. It has a Scarecrow in it. I picked Reanimator 1986 because it has Barbara Crampton in it and Jeffrey Combs. And then I picked Warlock for 1989 because that's just a fun ass movie. Oh, Hobbs is gonna. I'm gonna go out. No, we're passing the flame. As soon as I go up, as soon as I go down, you go up, Bones. The 90s. I picked 5 movies for the 90s. I picked Night Breeze for 1990. I picked Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. That's right. You got to pick some. You got to pick something from Friday the 13th. I picked Demon Knight. I picked Anaconda. I did that for my boy Ricky. I did that. I picked that out for Ricky because Anaconda is a horror film and it's a fine horror film. That's a good horror film actually. And then I picked Spawn. Hell yeah, I picked Spawn. Oh, see Gareth just came in. Let me read that again. I picked 5 horror films today for the House of Horrors. These are the 5 films I picked, horror films from the 90s. I picked Nightbreed. I picked Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. I picked Demon Knight from 1995. I picked Spawn from 1997. And I picked Anaconda from 1997. That's right, Gareth. I picked Anaconda as one of the top horror films of the 90s. Thank you, Nanette. See, look at that. See, Anaconda is a horror film. Our good friend and fellow Andy Sedaris fan, Video Tasty's, does not think that Anaconda is a horror film, but it is. It's a good horror film. No. Yes, yes, but I did not pick Inception either. My Anaconda don't want to run unless you got buns. Buns. I do too. I love Anaconda. Oh, look at Video Taste. Look at Gareth. It's a kids film. Oh, brother, it's no kids film. Anaconda is you got that confused with Lake Placid versus Anaconda. Yes, see, look at Anaconda is a creature feature equals horror. See, see, we have to teach our friends from the pond with the horror film because they don't have very good horror films. They gave us shit like the Barge People, so they're sort of out of it. They're sort of out of the horror business because you guys gave us the Barge People, Gareth. That was bloody awful. Hey Matthew, how are you, sir? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. I like the first Lake Placid too. The first Lake Placid is awesome, but then they made a bunch of TV movies for the Sci-Fi Channel that were bloody awful. And that last one was Anaconda versus Lake Placid. I'll tell you what's the scariest thing about that movie. That was Yancey Butler. Holy shit. She was more scarier than the crocodile and the snake. No, 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 Gareth. No. Unlike you and Voss, who pick weird shit, I did not pick no barge people to as that. No. Hi, Heather. Oh, good. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. I hope I had a lot of fun interviewing Gory. She's a sensational person. A little bit. Oh, Ben, Ben, you're killing me. That movie was. It was. I saw that. Me and Casey, we watched that. We did a watch along. Did a watch party yesterday. We solved that movie in the first 5 minutes. I'm not even kidding you. Within the first 5 minutes, we already figured it out. Uh, right now it is 3:11. 3:11. Uh, in the states. So 8:12 in the UK right now. Oh, and of course my internet's going on the fritz, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. You guys can still hear me all right? Hopefully I can go back. Uh, okay, I'm going to be without I'm going to be without seeing a picture for a minute. Let's see. Let's see. Ben saying I watched Bigfoot or Bust today. Nanette, you never seen Barge People? It's all right. You don't. It's all right. That's why we're here for. We're here to save you from losing 80 minutes of your life. That's what we're here for. I watched Forest Primeval, and I watched Blood of the Moon Beast. I don't know why. I'm watching Return to Splatter Farm. I'll finish Return to Splatter Farm later on today. Holy crap! I gotta say one thing about that movie. Um, I do believe they're playing it straight. They're playing it straight. But holy crap, that movie has every Polonia pal in it. Anybody that's done a Mark Polonia movie is in Return to Splatter Farm. Um, uh, let's see, we had Jeff Kirkendall's in there, who we talked to before on Steven's channel. Kyle Rappaport, who we interviewed here. Tim Hatch, who we interviewed here. They're both in the movie. Um, it's a different one. It's a different movie for sure. It's okay. Okay, and in Bars People's defense, it's not the worst thing that I've seen. I've seen worse. Yes, we are Eastern time. Yes, uh, I am working on my top 10 ghost films. I definitely am. I will be ready. Hey, Spidey dude, what's up? I love ghost stories. I love ghost stories. Ghost stories are awesome. In fact, I'll even show you. I'll show you a preview of one of the movies I'm bringing to the party. Okay, so you guys can get a preview for this, but don't tell Al. Don't. This is between us because I want Al to be surprised. Oh, you're welcome, John. Definitely. All right. So, are you guys ready? I'm going to show you one of my ghost movies. Some of you guys will understand it. Some of you guys might not. Well, I can show you. I'll show you one of mine right now. This is one of the movies I'm doing for my top 10 ghost movies. I'm doing Ghost Cat. You're welcome. Yeah. So, this is Ghost Cat, and this stars Ta-da! Okay. Okay. Ghost Cat. All right. All right. That's just a small sample of the beating I'm going to be getting Gareth on our battle. As you already saw, Gareth, that people love Ghost Cat. So take that. All right. So I see we have. Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, they always do this to my internet during the middle of the night. They always screw with it. So what do you think? So me and Al, the cat and the bat, we are heading over to England on the 29th of July, and we are battling our good friend Garrett here from Video Tasties. And we're doing a battle of favorite ghost movies that are not in a franchise. I see that, Hobbs. Good to see Gary's Movie Emporium in the chat. It's been a long time. As some of you may not know, but Gary is the king of horror. He is the horror king, and yeah, he knows a lot about horror films. He does Wild Eye movies. Um, he's a real close personal friend of Hobbs. So go ahead and give him a sub if you want to. Hobbs, why don't you drop Gary's link down in the chat? Uh-oh, what happened to Gary's message? Uh, oh my gosh. So what are you guys some of your favorite ghost movies? Not of a franchise, but what are some of your favorite ghost movies? Just standalone ghost stories. Um so I have Ghost Cat here. Is Wheezy Shark a ghost movie? I love The Changeling. The Changeling it's a beautiful movie. It's a haunting movie. I picked that for one of for my top five movies in the '80s. Matthew, I picked The Changeling as one of them. I picked that as one of the five of the best horror films of the '80s. Yeah, that's an amazing movie. But I got more. I got more. I got a ton of. Yep, The Innkeepers is definitely one I'll be picking out. Hobbs. Yep, The Innkeeper's fantastic too. Sleepy Hollow. For me, my favorite movie is a Dark Song, and that has a ghost in it too. Yeah, I'm not worried about this. This is gonna be very interesting. I have to worry more about Al. Al's gonna be my main competition, but I'm not gonna go with the normals. I don't do the normal movies. I don't do the usual suspects. I try to who in the hell would do a top 10 movie? I know. That's why I picked that. That's why I picked that's why I picked Ghost Cat. Gareth. Yep, Frighteners will be there. Frighteners is fantastic. Yeah, the Lady in White. You got the Others. No, I don't really like the Others that much. I don't think it's a top 10 ghost movie. But The Sixth Sense, definitely. The Sixth Sense has to go in there. Um, Ghost Ship is another great movie. There's a ton. There's a ton. 13 Ghosts is another one. Cabin in the Woods, another one. Yeah, and you thought Inception was an action movie too, Gareth, but you were wrong about that too. But that's just me, right? That's why we're here for it. We're here to help you, Gareth. We're here to help you. I try, if I would have known, I would have told you just to, yeah, unfortunately, John, I can't do Stir Echoes because it got a second movie. It got a part two, so I can't use Stir Echoes because I would because that's a great movie too. That's a fantastic movie. Oh, I got plenty of good horror films. A lot of them will probably be ones you never heard of course, but that's what I like doing. I like to come out with stuff that you guys haven't heard of. Ah, yeah, I'm not so sure I'm not so sure that's a ghost story though. I I don't know. Yep, Ghost Story 1981. Yep, that's a great movie too. The Changeling is awesome. That's a great pick. I love that movie. Well, wait a minute. If they bring, how about this? What if they bring Stu back? If they bring back Stu in Scream 6, wouldn't Stu be a ghost? Just putting it out there. Yep, The Fog. Yep, but not the remake though, right, Nanette? We can't put the remake out there because that's terrifying all in itself. That that's scary. Uh, there's Ghost Shark. There's a few out there. I have one I want to try to find. I have it in my collection called Dream House. Dream House is really good. Yep, the Ashcroft Entity, very much a ghost movie. I would definitely put I would put the Ashcroft Entity up first. I think that's a better movie than the Baylock Residence. Hi Anthony, how are you, sir? You see, you finished watching the Quantum of Silence of Solace. How was it? Was it good? Al said you might not turn up as your list won't win. My list is gonna crush. Remember. Ricky said that I did win the first round, even though you and I were even though you and I were perfect. I told you, Gareth. I told you next time you do an action movie, next time you do that, just pick Andy Sedaris movies. You pick 10 movies of his, I guarantee you're gonna win. Get a rematch. Ask for an action movie rematch. Put 10 Andy Sedaris movies up and you'll win. So we're talking about favorite ghost movies. Movies with ghosts. Where are some of the best ones? You guys already know my first one of my. I'm bringing this to the party. I'm bringing Ghost Cat because Ghost Cat is fantastic. Oh, what? Oh my gosh. All right. Well, 1408 is a great movie, John. Yep, 13 Ghosts is another one. Uh, Pet Cemetery. Yep. See, Nanette says she has a TV show about ghosts I want to talk about. I'm wondering if I can talk about it. Why not? Hell yeah. You can talk about anything you want, Nanette. It's your channel. We'll be there for it. Yeah, 14. Oh, really, Hobbs? Wow. 1408 is really good. It's real good. They did a really nice job with that. I just didn't like the others. I got to be honest with you. When I watched that movie, I had heard all the hype about it and everything else. I didn't really. I just really wasn't. I just really wasn't into that movie. I thought it was really. It was. I just no. I just. I think. 1408 is great. Oh, you mean to come up and talk about it? I normally would, but I'm already past my bedtime. I'm gonna keep we're gonna keep going for like another maybe another 10 minutes or so before I head on because I got to go to bed. It's already almost 4 o'clock. But yeah, I tell you what, next time I do a pop up and I know that I'm going to do it, definitely, Nanette, I'll let you know. Casper is another good movie. Yep, that has a ghost in it. Of course, the Ghostbusters, but that's part of a franchise, so we can't do that one. Um, I'm not sure if they did another Casper movie. I don't think they did another Casper movie, so I think that would actually count. I don't think they did another one. I think they just did that one, the one for Christina Ricci. I think they just did that one. Are there three Casper films? Okay, well, I guess we can't do Casper. That's a shame too, because I heard the first one is really good. It's really good. I'm sorry. Yes, you can say the name of it. You can say the name of the show for sure. Um, Ghost with Patrick Swayze. Yes, amazing movie. Amazing movie. Um, let's see. Anthony has 492 subs. He only needs eight more to get to 500 and get his community tab. That's awesome, Anthony. Um, no, no, yeah, you can mention the name of it. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you, Nanette. Of course. I have heard that. I heard of Kingdom Hospital. Oh, speaking of English, there's another. How about where's Gareth? Gareth, how about this? Can you name? Do you want all just movies, or can we go TV series? Um, yeah, I think that was City of Angels. Yep, that's another beautiful movie. Okay, Casper 2 got canceled, so it counts. Yeah, I don't remember seeing movies only because you guys did an excellent show, Gareth, called Afterlife. Do you remember that? That's an English series. That was a really good movie. That was a really good series too. Um, Beetlejuice is another one. Are they all live action, Garrett? Are they live action? Three Casper movies? Are they live action or are they cartoons? Because I only remember hearing the first Casper myself. Little Dreams? Yep, that's another one. Now, of course, Gareth is already writing all these down, and the Barge people don't count, Gareth. Yes, that's right. Kingdom Hospital. Yep, I remember that. I have so many cool ones to show you guys. I have so many. Stir Eccles got a second movie. Hey, it's our good friend Tiffany. Hi, Tiff. I loved your picture today, Tiffany. You and Gary look so happy together. Where were you guys flying to? You guys were in a helicopter. Casper meets Wendy with Hillary Duff. Oh, okay. So it's a live action. Yeah, okay. Okay, okay. You guys look really cute, and Gary's wearing his hat. Gary's wearing his red hat. I love that. You guys look so cute. You guys are on vacation. Thank God. That's so cool. I'm so happy for you guys. More pictures, Tiffany. More pictures. More couple pictures. He did not. Did he actually tell you that? Did he? Your husband is my hero, right, Tiffany? Oh my God, that is so. You, that is so. That you're so welcome for that. Uh, oh, just let you guys know that this live stream is sponsored by Acme and Company. Oh my gosh, Gary's the man. Where are you gonna get your new tattoo? Where are you gonna get your new coyote tattoo at? Oh my God, that's just awesome. And wait, hey, wait a minute. I have a question for you, Tiffany. I have a question. How is it that you and Gary are up in a helicopter, a damn helicopter, but Titus is not? Oh, I can't do Titus in a helicopter, but you and Gary can. I think Titus deserves to have a helicopter ride. Yeah, what's up with that? Titus needs to have a helicopter ride. Oh my God, that's so awesome. Is he? Oh, let's see. Let's see. Mr. Bones, there's a store called Thrift Books, and it has Casper meets Wendy for about $7. So Casper is a series. Oh, okay. So yeah. So I can't use Stir Echoes. I can't use Casper. Uh, I think I actually have Casper too. I think I do. I have heard a lot of good things about that movie. That movie I know was supposed to be for kids, but I hear it goes it's a lot more than a kid movie. Did you take anybody with you, Tiffany? Did you take Phoenix or Shadow with you on vacation, or are they all at grandma's? Somehow I can't see Shadow in a helicopter though. Oh, oh, thank you for the sub, Heather. This is a child-free vacation. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, the cheetah's my kid. I get it. I'm just glad you guys are having fun. Let's see. So, there's a ton of movies out there for ghost movies, for sure. All right. It is 3:43. Holy crap. 3:44. So we'll stay on until 4 o'clock and then I'm out of here because I gotta go to bed. Uh oh yes, you're right. You're right, Matthew. Dark Knight of the Scarecrow is a ghost movie. Hell yeah, that's right. You're right. That's a ghost movie for sure. Mothman Prophecies. I have to watch that one. It's still debatable, Tiffany, if Titus is a dog. I don't know if Chihuahuas are technically a dog or not. Plus, you have two cats too. Yep, that's right. He's not a coyote. Yeah, he is a little small for a coyote. He could be a fox though. I mean, you do have a fox tattoo as well as your coyote tattoo, according to Gary. And Gary's never wrong. What does the fox say? Oh my God, Gary called that other tattoo a fox. I just lost it. That was game over. Yeah, yeah, the Batman. Yeah, Batman. We can't do Batman, but we can do Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. So that could count. I like that. I like that. Yeah, there's a lot of movies you can go with for Ghost. Christine. That's a possessed. That's a ghost car. I mean, it's possessed by a ghost of some sort. Always had been a cat person. Had lots of cats over the years. Dark Knight of the Scarecrow has a sequel now. I've never even heard of it. I never even heard that it had a sequel. Let me check that. Really? Let me. Oh wow, that's a hold on here. How could they do that? That's a perfect movie. They didn't need a sequel. Oh my God, here it is. Dark Knight of the Scarecrow 2. Let's see who did this movie. Oh my God, look at seriously, seriously. It has nobody in it we know. Wow. So the first guy from the first. Wow. Geez, what did this guy do? Did he just cast the first 10 people through the door? The Skeleton Key, that's a great movie. Yes, there is a Ghost Shark movie. My God, that sequel looks horrible. That sequel looks like trash. And don't forget this one, Tiffany. Ghost Cat. Wow, that's you know what that's just not right. Do you see the cover of that thing? That's right. That's right. Ghost Cat. Um, let's see. Paranormal. Yep, that's one. That's another one. Man, I haven't seen Skeleton Key in a long time. Man, that was a good movie too. That was really spooky. Wow, that Dark Knight of the Scarecrow 2 looks like a pile of poo. There's nobody in there that has a name. I think it's the guy who actually wrote the movie, the story for the first one, or the director from the first one. Holy shit, there's nobody in here. Got a 5.0. Wow. No one even said anything. No one asked for this movie. Man, that's embarrassing. Scary stories to tell in the dark. Excellent. Yep. Uh, oh yeah, that's right. Ghost Dad came out. You're right. See, Nanette said that she saw Dark Knight of the Scarecrow too, and it's a horrible movie. Do not watch it. It looks like crap. Just based on the cover. Wow. Why would even someone want to touch that? Especially the guy who directed it. That's his story. That's his legacy. Why would you do a shitty movie? to ruin your legacy. Yeah, yeah, it looks absolutely horrible. That the cover of the second one looks absolutely terrible. A bad joke. Ugh. I wonder if it's worse than the barge people. Talk about a bad movie. Oh man, that's terrible. I didn't even know about that, Hobbs. Well, there's the reason why. Wow. I just sort of want to watch it so I can rip the director a new butt, rip him a new asshole. Why would you ruin your legacy? Yeah. Haunted Mansion. Yep. Yep. Um Session 9. Session 9. That's another ghost story. Um, you would think that as many times as Wile E. Coyote has fallen off that damn cliff, you would think that he would have been a ghost by now. How come Wile E. Coyote is not a ghost, Tiffany? Um, yeah, because we're doing a competition. Hell no, Bones, no, just no. Um, Wiley should be a ghost. He should. As many times as he's fallen off that damn cliff, definitely should be a ghost. Um, man, I'm discouraged by that. That's just it's like taking a perfect movie and making a sequel to it when you don't need one. That's like making a sequel to Roadhouse, right? They made a sequel to Roadhouse. It had nothing to do with Roadhouse, the first one. Damn. Uh, let's see. Well, there's Beetlejuice. That's another ghost story. I think I mentioned that. That's probably yep. Yeah, this is gonna be good. Of course, Gareth is all sitting over there in the corner writing all these down. Yeah, I know Bones, but yeah, crap. Uh, what else? Yeah, there's a lot more out there. Uh, I know this one. I know that either Gareth or Al will probably pick this one out. They'll pick out The Shining, but I believe in picking out quality movies, not shit movies. So I will not be watching The Shining. Uh, shit. God. You know what? Can we say Larry Drake is a ghost? Shit. Papa does do it, yeah. Oh my God. I think there was actually a movie called Ghosts Do It with Bo Derek. I think Bo Derek did it. I could be wrong. There's a movie called no, it's Ghosts Can't Do It. Let's see, and that starred I think that is the one with Bo Derek, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, it is. There's a movie called Ghosts Can't Do It. Ghosts Don't Do It. Ghosts Can't Do It. But we're not gonna all right, boys and girls, I'm out of here. I want to thank you guys all for hanging out with us. This was a lot of fun. Another fun stream. I appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with me and the Cheetah for a couple hours. Um, we'll be back tomorrow night. Uh, oh, the Shining miniseries. Yeah, I can't stand the movie. We'll be back tonight at 8 o'clock. It is morning, Tiff. It is 4 o'clock in the morning. We'll be back at 8 o'clock tonight. Me and Al, we will be talking about. Let's see. Can I ask a question? Is it hard to do reaction movies? No, not really. Basically you watch the you put the camera on your face and then you watch the trailer or whatever you're watching and you react to it. I mean, I would try to make sure that when you watch it, that is truly something you've never seen before. Otherwise, you look cheesy. If I put on if I put on if I put on the trailer to Dark Knight of the Scarecrow 2 and I reacted to that, that will be a genuine reaction because I've never seen it. So I could tell you honestly what I'm feeling. But if I've already seen it and try to do a reaction to it, it never works. It always comes across as cheesy. Um, let's see. You want to do Saved by the Bell? Well, Saved by the Bell would be a good topic. You could definitely do that. Thank you so much. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just find a TV series. I would try to do it before you do it. Saved by the Bell. I would try to find like a short run series, like a series that only did 10 or 12 episodes before the show got canceled. I would do that first, so you practice on doing that, and then go on to a deep dive because that's a lot. Saved by the Bell. That's a lot of episodes. That's a lot of episodes. I know people are talking about doing Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I mean that's 7 seasons worth of shows. You'll be doing that for a year. Um, but yeah, deep dive at a TV show or doing a reaction, yeah, you could do it. All right, so me and Al will be back tonight at 8 o'clock. We'll be on Al's channel tonight. We'll be on Al's channel for our look at Return to Splatter Farm with special guest Miss Boomstick and Steven from the House of Horrors podcast. They'll be joining us beginning of the show, and then we'll be going back and welcoming Al's Aunt Betty. Will be coming up on the panel, and we'll be talking Mark Polonia films and Return to Splatter Farm. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming out, and we will talk at you soon. Peace. Good night.